Welcome to Board Games and Chill. I'm Nathan.
I'm Jerome.
And I'm Gabriella.
And today we're going to do our top 10 most played games. The way we keep track of those plays is from an app called BG Stats, which we will link in the description below. So we will start off with Gabriella, her 10, and then Jerome's 10, and then my 10.
Cool. So my top 10, or my 10th game at 16 plays is Tainted Grail. Tainted Grail is a co-op campaign. We played that actually over quarantine. There was not much to do. So yeah, we killed that campaign. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, finished it in a month. And it's a dark Arthenian horror-esque game. So it's very intriguing. We're excited to play the other two campaigns that we just got from Kickstarter. So that'd be exciting.
It's a story-driven game, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I'm a whore for those, so.
Yeah.
All right, Jerome, go ahead.
My number 10 with 11 plays is Madara. Madara is by Succubus Games.
Yeah, it's like a JRPG dungeon crawl.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. JRPG dungeon crawl based on anime, which we thought was going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's got some nice elements. It kind of fell flat for us.
Yeah,
so,
it was. I think it was just a little long for what it was.
Yeah, so that's why we stopped at 11 plays, because it just...
Yeah, it just dragged on too long. Not enough story and upkeep and upgrading.
I think there was too much story. I mean, because I'll be honest, we played for 10 hours straight one day, and going through the story, it made me fall asleep.
We both fell asleep.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, as we should. My number 10 at 24 plays is Scythe. Scythe is a light 4X game. I'm sure we're going to hear it on Gabriella's list because we play a lot of these games together. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot of crossover with Jerome too, because we play a lot of games together. And that's why we record these videos together, because we play a lot of games. Yeah, wow. Woo! Smart. But yeah, Scythe used to be one of our favorite games. We haven't played it in a while, but it's definitely up there in plays. All right, Gabby, you want to do your 9?
Yep, my number 9 at 17 plays is The Mind. The Mind is a quick co-op game that we played actually a lot with my dad. Yeah. My dad would not give up playing that game. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and he got mad at us.
He did. He's like, "You guys aren't reading my mind." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Daddy."
You have to think, Gabby. You have to think, Gabby. Yeah, it's a perfect game because it's just fun for older people that are not used to gaming as much. Not a lot of text on that at all. So
and just kind of get their minds in that gaming environment. Yeah.
Nice play, Gabby.
That was a terrible wink. Yeah.
The old rocket raccoon.
Yeah.
My number 9 with 11 plays is Bloodborne, the board game. We recently did a review on this, so we're not going to go into too much detail, but the game is absolutely fantastically fun. I mean, so much fun.
It's always on my mind.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I get a text every few hours. Why aren't we playing Bloodborne?
Yeah, we should be playing Bloodborne. And it was fun because we actually taught one of our friends, Chris, Bloodborne over Zoom or Facebook video chat. But it was a lot of fun. It actually worked out really well.
It did, yeah.
So if there's another pandemic, then I'll be playing Bloodborne with everybody.
Yeah, and if you want to watch our Bloodborne review, we'll leave the link to the video in the description bar.
Perfect.
For you.
All right.
Hopefully that was a better wink.
My number 9 was Great Western Trails. I feel like I'm stealing all yours, Gabby.
I know, right? I'm like looking at yours,
Yeah. So Great Western Trails, action to point, movement, deck building. It's fun. We like to put our little cowboy hats on and pretend we're cowboys herding cattle.
Cowboy hats, but
Cowgirl hat.
I have to say, I am the cattle queen.
I say cow queen, but
cattle queen.
All right, so that's my number 9. Gabby?
Okay, my number 8 is 18, or my number 8 at 18 plays is Azul. Azul is an abstract strategy game. I'm sure you guys have seen it at Target, even if you're not a board gamer. It has been on their shelves for quite some time. There's actually 4 versions of it, right?
Oh, it's 3 versions.
Or three versions, I'm sorry. So you have the original, then you have the Sagrada looking one, the mosaic. What was it called? Sorry, I know. Stained glass. And then Summer Pavilion. I do remember that one, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a really fun game too. It's kind of like Sudoku-esque in a way.
And
at least the original.
Yeah, when you and I got that game, we played it back to back. It was insane.
Yeah, we were obsessed.
So
we even got the overlays for it and everything.
Yeah. Okay, Jerome.
My number 8 at 13 plays is Heart of Crown. Fairy Garden is the one I track on BG Stats just because. It's a deck building game based on anime. It's an independent. It's not like based on a real anime.
Yeah,
just a
anime cartoon style.
Yeah. Super cute game.
Basically, you're trying to you're a senator trying to back a princess so she could become the next queen or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just a fun game. It's competitive, 2 to 4 players. And it just, I don't know, something about that deck builder and the mechanics that they use.
You know what it is, Jerome?
What?
It's deck building. That's
yeah,
why.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
anime. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
You put Jerome in a box. That's what it is. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
not shaming you. I think it's
my
awesome.
weeb ass loves that.
Embrace it.
Yeah, embrace it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, and it's a cool take on Dominion style because you have, Dominion style. You have that what's it called? Standard or not standard?
The
static. Yeah, static decks. Yeah. But there is one card that could be different every time.
Yeah,
in that. And I think that's interesting.
Yeah, so you build the market with 10 different decks, but you stack 9 so that you have a rotation in the draw decks.
Yeah, I think it's 8 and then 9 random maybe or something. It's something like that. But yeah. All right, so that was your what? Number 8.
Number 8.
My 8 at 29 plays was Terraforming Mars. We love that engine builders. So when we got it, it's funny with Greatest Trails and Terraforming Mars and Scythe. Those games used to take us like 4 hours.
And Bloodborne.
And this was when we were very new into gaming. And but we ended up getting those games really quick. Scythe we played with Chris one time, a different Chris.
35 minutes.
Like 35 minutes, a 3-player game of Scythe.
We were it was like speed Scythe.
Yeah,
we were like,
I mean, we played that game back to back.
Everybody, it was like, just go, go, go.
Yeah.
We already knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was
fun.
exciting. Yeah, it was like
fun,
speed chess.
Yeah.
So, Terraforming Mars. It's fun, but, I've gotten a little over it a little bit. So, but yeah, we still love it though.
Yeah,
so.
I love that. There's a card that looks like our dog Luna in it. So cute.
Yeah. All right, Gabby, your number 7?
My number 7 on 18 plays is Heaven and Ale.
Ooh.
Heads up, Mike Young. Yeah, so that's like a Rondell-esque type game, you know what I mean? But yeah, we love that game. We love playing Monk Chant music with it, actually. We literally looked up like a little Monk album and we just play the Monk music, and sometimes we like to have a beer with it, so.
And it helps us calm down a little bit.
It does, because that game is stressful.
Yeah, the way we play so competitively, and, playing that Monk Chant music kind of just...
You know what it is that Nate has competition when he plays with me.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I played it, I dusted you guys, so, I mean, there's like a little competition.
I mean,
Dusted us way behind.
I beat up by like 12 points.
Oh, did you on your first game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's because of a good teacher. And
That's
also
true.
we were very kind.
Yeah.
We were very kind.
And maybe.
It was like one of the first games we played. I mean, we're insane to be like, oh, Jerome, this is like your third big board game ever. But
I think the hardest games I played at that point was Legendary and Catan and Dead of Winter.
Yeah, he dove deep when he met with us.
It's welcome to the dark side, I guess.
All right, like a champ.
Right? Yeah, you did.
So I'm noticing my plays are like 11, and I look over at yours at 24, 29, 32.
I know.
So
I can't wait for you guys to hear his number 1.
No, I don't remember.
How many plays?
So my number 7 is at 14 plays is Lord of the Rings: Journeys in Middle Earth. That is a app-assisted game, an adventure game. I enjoy it. Again, it's a story-driven game. You play as one of the characters or made-up characters from the Lord of the Rings stories, and you just play out these stories on the board, and then the app assists you with the enemies and stuff like that. And it tells a pretty cool story. I really enjoy playing that game. Yeah.
Fantastic game. Okay. That was your number 7, and mine is Nemesis at 29 plays. So... 29 plays, it does sound a little bit like a lot, but the game is also 4 hours long. And so, between 3 and 4 hours, so it's a lot of fun.
I'm jealous of that number.
You gotta pump those numbers up. Pump them up.
Well,
all right, Gabby.
I'm gonna follow behind you with Nemesis, but that's my number 6. So we're gonna move on to number 6, and I have Nemesis at 19 plays. So you're 10 plays ahead of me.
Which I bet you're grateful for.
Yeah, I mean that's like 30 to 40 hours of my life that I have more.
Gabby, and it's funny because you were like, Jerome and I are like, hey, we're in a game tonight. Oh, Nemesis. And Gabby was like, you know what? No more. I'm done. And Jerome and I are like, oh man.
Yeah.
So,
and that's where my 17 ended, I guess. I guess I gave my number away.
But
whatever.
Yeah.
All right, you're number 6.
My number 6 with 15 plays is 5 Minute Marvel. 5 Minute Marvel is just a little card game. Literally, it plays in 5 minutes. You time it and
kind of. It's 5 minutes and then 5 minutes and 5 minutes.
Yeah. Each round is basically 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I played a lot with my nephew and then a couple of friends that are just getting into gaming. So we played a lot back to back.
Yeah, I'm not poop on that. That's great.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun little game.
It is.
You know,
we played with your dad too.
We did. It was a lot of fun.
The Marvel United reminds me a lot of that, except it's not timed and it's a little more in depth, but it has that same feel. But it's an enjoyable game.
Yeah, it's a lightweight entry Marvel game.
Yep.
Okay, that was your number 6. Mine is 31 plays Star Realms. So Star Realms, there's probably
Star Realms.
I know there's probably 20, 30 more plays. I started keeping track really faithfully kind of in 2016. We played a bunch of games in 2015 together, like Legendary and stuff like that, which is not on my list, but we played those a lot.
Those were our beginnings.
Yeah, and I mean, once I discovered Star Realms, that was my love for deck building. And shout out to Vernon Piper for showing me that game. So
I do remember him showing that to us. I think
it
was that cool stuff.
It was that cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, we want to buy this game. We're like, oh, it's $10. Why not? So, and we ended up giving them both away.
One to Mary.
And one to
somebody else. I forget who.
But, give it to people and they like it and get them to board games. So,
yeah,
all
exactly. Right. Share the love and enjoyment.
Love.
All right, so number 5.
Wow. That was actually
Does that sound familiar? At 20 plays is Great Western Trails. So that is a point-to-point movement game, hand management. That we already kind of mentioned it with Nate's plays, but again, I'm the cattle queen, and I think I'm unbeat when it comes to cattle. I think if we look at the score at the score list,
I think
there might be a couple of games, but out of all the games,
I think we're like 51 and 49% in winning ratio. So,
I'm still the cattle queen.
Don't go too high on your cows, okay?
Moo.
All right, my number 5 at 16 plays is Zombicide Invader. Yeah,
space.
It is a space-themed version of Zombicide. When I first tried Zombicide at CMON Expo a couple years ago, had a bad experience, didn't like it. Nate ended up getting Invader and definitely turned my mind on that. It's a fun action game. Just like what do you call it? A beer and pretzels. Just, if you drink beer. If not, water and pretzels. Yeah. But it's a fun game. Yeah. I really enjoy it.
Or tea and cookies.
And we learned not to Leroy Jenkins.
Drum, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna move into this and try and kill that one.
By
roll
myself,
the dice,
with
and I'm
guys.
dead.
Yep. So that's not a good idea. But it's a fun game. Yeah, and you know what's cool about the Zombicide too? With that one, it was that we all sat together in my paint room, and we just knocked out the core set. It was very simple. We painted them white, put a wash on them. Nothing huge, but it looked way better than the plastic.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Nate put us to work. He put us in an assembly line.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
That's fine. Sweatshop,
Sweatshop, yep.
Okay, so
so funny. Number 4, right?
No,
did
number
you
5.
do number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I got it.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, at 32 plays, Azul. So, like we talked about before, Azul is an abstract strategy game. Just a lot of fun, and I just like sticking my hand in that bag and
playing with all the
tiles,
the pieces. Yeah, it's very
beautiful.
satisfying.
Yes. Okay, my love.
Okay, number 4. At 20 plays, I have Bloodborne, the card game, not the board game, the card game. So that one is a competitive card game. It's a lot of fun. I would hate it because Nate would always call out my cards. We're sitting there playing with brand new people, and he's like, "Oh, Gabby, because I know you and I know what cards you've already played, I know that you're gonna play this one next." And I'm like, "Shut up." Yeah, but regardless, that game was a lot of fun. We loved it a lot. But the board game is, I think, way better.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do my number 4 real quick?
No.
So my number 4 is actually the same as Gabby's.
Oh shoot.
At 32 plays though, I have Bloodborne the card game. And like she said, before the expansion, I kind of memorized what everyone played. I'm like, oh, they would play this because it's optimal. But the expansion really helped out with that. The expansion is really good. I just love the game. I love the theme. I love the board game. And I won't be shocked if this will, video game also. I won't be shocked if it will move up in my 10 most played later. Go ahead, do your number 4. Thanks.
Number 4 for me is 17 plays is Tainted Grail.
Fantastic.
We talked about that with Gabby, story-driven Arthurian horror. Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So number 3, my love.
Yep. Number 3 at 21 plays, I have Terraforming Mars, which again we already talked about that. Yep. Shout out to my baby Luna in the card game.
She's a dog. She can't hear you.
It's okay. She hears me. She's behind us.
She loves you. All right.
My number 3 at 17 plays is Nemesis.
Nemesis.
We already talked
game.
about it. It is my number 1 game.
We got to do a review on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I love just about everything in that game. And I am really jealous that I have not played it more than 17 times. And then I see you with your 29 times, and I'm like, you bastard!
Give us a thumbs up if you want us to record a Nemesis review.
Yeah. And maybe a teach, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I've seen a lot of teaches, and they're not exactly right, so...
So let us know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see from us. Let us know.
Yeah. All right. So my number 3. I'm not really happy about this, but it is true. I know.
How is that not even on mine?
I don't know. Maybe you don't play games with me, or maybe
I do.
Maybe I know. Maybe I didn't put your name on it.
Okay, kill the suspense. What game are we talking about over here?
We're talking about 38 plays, code names. Yeah, when that game came out in 2016, we were just obsessed. I mean, when it came out on Gen Con, we were just playing it a bunch, brought it home to the family.
To family gatherings.
No, and we played a lot then too. But yeah, so just, Codenames, if you know what it is.
It was a group of like 10 of us though. At the house.
I can feel the elitism coming off of you.
Yeah, it's like, I want to play more games above 38, so drop my top 10.
Yeah,
that's my goal right now.
Sad actually, but
all right, go ahead.
My number 2 is Scythe. Again, Light 4X game. We already talked about it. It's great. Yeah, love that game.
Yeah, we super decked that game out though.
Yeah, his painting that he did for it, and like how he did the bases and everything.
Metal coins,
yeah, super sick. But
realistic resources. We went we went to the nines, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, Jerome.
My number 2 at 18 plays is Arkham Horror, the card game. The living card game. It has many cycles, I think like 8 cycles, and you get these expansion packs that adds to each cycle. It's story driven, and you can change up characters from campaign to campaign. I really enjoy playing that game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about telling this story and
with just a deck of cards.
With just a deck of cards, and you have to investigate this and do this and fight these monsters, and it feels like you're kind of investigating this mystery, man.
Listen. I think the reason you like it so much is because instead of like a deck builder or anything like that, or rolling dice, you pull out of a bag. This guy over here, in these challenges where he's like, if he gets anything above a 1, he's gonna lose. He goes in the bag, 0. Anything, and I'm like, oh, pull mine for me. Automatic fail. I'm like, why, bro? Why do you get 0 and when you pull mine out? It's automatic fail.
He's not like one of the last games we played.
Was it 4 or 5 times in a row?
Yeah, no. The 0 came out 8 times in a row. And then over that whole game, I counted, I had 28 zeros that I pulled in that entire game.
That's why he's not wearing long sleeves when we play again.
And the bag, it has 1 0, 1 +1, and 1 automatic success. Everything else is negatives. And
he probably scratched into it, felt in the bag. Oh, this is the one that scratched. 0. Okay, let's move on. As I digress, there's 0.
I love it. It's a great game.
All right, that's me, right?
Your
Okay,
number 2?
at 48 plays, Tyrants of the Underdark. So if anyone knew me before, everyone would be like, oh, what's a good game? Tyrants. Oh, what's a good game?
Always.
Tyrants. What's a good deck builder? Tyrants. What's a great area control game? Tyrants. Yeah, so Tyrants of the Underdark, it's a great game. I think it's like, 60% like area control, 40% deck building. I love the mechanic. They kind of did like what they did with Valley of the Kings, where you want to build your deck nice, but you also need to put into like the tomb so you get those additional victory points.
The promotion deck.
The promotion deck or the tomb in Valley of the Kings kind of thing. Yeah, to score the victory points. Because the way it works is like you just, your normal card in your hand will be only worth 1 point, but if you put it in the tomb, which means you can't use it later, and it's a super powerful card, now it's worth 8 points. So it's like that balance of when to start putting your good cards in the discard pile.
You know what sucks about you having so many plays? Is that you're really good at the game. You don't lose most often. And I think you said you feel like it's not a challenge. I want to play.
No, not that one.
No. You said was...
No, it was not Tyrants. It was Blood Rage.
No, you said you didn't want to play this one that much anymore because you're always winning, right?
No.
Definitely for Blood Rage. I know
Yeah,
you
no,
always
for Blood
say
Rage.
that.
Then I
Because
want to
this
play
is-
this game more often.
Yeah, because it's 50. Like I'm at like 50%, so every other game I'll win,
Yeah.
but not every game.
I thought it was because you won all the time, but
No.
then I want to play this game more because I am interested in this game.
It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
a good D&D brand game.
I've enjoyed it a lot when I played it.
Yeah.
So I want more plays of it.
Yeah.
I think that was probably one of the best birthday presents. Was that birthday, anniversary? It was a present though for something.
Yeah, it was a present.
Yeah, I think
might
that
be
was one of the
Christmas.
best board game presents that I got you. It wasn't Christmas, but
Well, what's your number 1?
cool.
Oh,
That was a good tangent.
My number 1 is also Tyrants of the Underdark, but at 29 plays, so a little less than half of his. But I mean, 29 is still
No, that's
lot
a-
for one game.
yeah, that's a
you know
significant
what I mean?
amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show that we really did play that game a
Yeah.
lot, especially him and I together. We did because it was a good 2-player.
Yeah.
Because the board is so good. Like, I mean, well, not the art on it, but the way that it's.
Nara was like,
Yeah, the way that it's divided on the board is really nice. Like you just play the middle if it's a 2-player, and then you let one side go if it's 3 players, and then you play the whole board if it's 4.
Yep.
Really nice and simple. So
Yeah, we taught our friend Josh and Christy.
we taught a lot of people that game.
Yeah, I know, just recently though. And
Oh yeah, recently.
they really enjoyed
they
it.
did really enjoy it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Jerome.
Well, number 1 at 45 plays
Oh.
is Marvel Champions.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a good amount.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my fault.
That is your fault. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, because before it was, I'm thinking about Bloodborne. Oh, I want to play Bloodborne. Oh, why aren't we playing Bloodborne? Before that, it was, why aren't we playing Marvel Champions? We should be playing Marvel Champions. Oh,
I haven't built this deck yet. So,
Yeah.
leading into that, guess what? My number 1 game is at 71 plays, Marvel Champions. So, and honestly, I feel that's low. If I'm being honest,
Really?
I feel that's low.
I mean, my eyeballs went like, whoa, when I saw 71 plays on your number 1.
But the thing is, there's so much replayability in that game.
That's
true.
true.
I have
Yeah.
not.
That is
I have
true.
not even played all the heroes yet in different aspects. And it's funny because all of us gravitates to certain heroes, which is
I mean, I've
Natural.
got 9 plays as Captain Marvel, and I've got 8 plays as She-Hulk. I
Yeah.
mean, those are 2 of the ones that I gravitate to a lot.
Yeah, and-
because I
and-
enjoy their decks.
then I don't get to play those because he plays them.
That's
which
not
is
wrong. Except you've got
I'm just
almost
kidding.
triple the plays of me.
I know. I probably play them a lot. But yeah, so my favorite character in that game currently is Captain America, then Doctor Strange probably.
Doctor Strange is pretty cool.
I just can't wait till they come out with the Miles Morales. That'll be my jam. But yeah, so that's our top 10 most played games.
Be on the lookout for a Marvel Champions review for the new expansion.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Sneak peek.
Oh yeah. Also, is there any games I think that would have made the list if we didn't have it on BG Stats?
Yeah, because I didn't start recording stuff until I met you guys.
Yep.
I know I have at least 100 plays of Marvel Legendary. At least 100 plays.
Yep.
Dixit. I probably have like 20 plays of that, maybe 30, because I played that a lot when I was working at the library.
I feel like Marvel Legendary should be on ours too.
I agree, but the thing is, you gotta remember that was our first game.
Yeah,
really.
We didn't record.
Yeah, we played that game
a lot. That's when that's how he got me into it. Was Marvel Champions, because I liked Marvel and Boss Monsters. That's how he got me into board gaming.
So for me,
8-bit and superheroes.
Yeah, I think for me it would have been Marvel Legendary would have definitely been up there. Blood Rage would have been up there. I feel like we played that so much.
I'm surprised that's not. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's on your list either. But we didn't keep track like we did.
Yeah.
Anything else you're surprised about? Not really, right?
I think Legendary and Blood Rage.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Everything else seems pretty.
Yeah. And fun fact, Gabby taught Blood Rage at CMON Expo 1 year or 2 years.
Last year was COVID, so 2019.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you.
If you met any of us at CMON Expo, shout us out. Give us a comment,
Yeah. And want to thank you for joining in, and see you next time. Thanks.